And this is a conversation tonight. This is not necessarily a lesson. These are some thoughts that I was having today. Because it's not, everybody does not have, or everybody, should I say, does not recognize his or her purpose for being here. And so what happens is when a person knows why they're here and they know that their purpose is bigger than life, it attracts a lot of people to you. And you can have the tendency, or you can develop the tendency of just kind of harboring people without vetting them. Vetting is a word that we've been hearing a lot about lately since Donald Trump. And vetting simply means to prove, to test that a person is worthy of a certain position. Those that are called or invited into the office of the bishop have to go through a vetting process to test, to prove that they are worthy of such a position. But how often is it in our lives, in our ministries, in our businesses, in whatever it is that we're undertaking, how often is it that we allow people to occupy lofty positions in our lives who have not been vetted? And there's a statement that I make, and it goes like this: it's bad to allow people or a person with low self-esteem to occupy a high position. It is bad to allow a person with low self-esteem to occupy a high position in your life, in your ministry. They may love you dearly, but they cost you so much. They cost you so much. And a lot of the people that, the people we're going to talk about tonight are people that many times really love you, but a lot of times they're loving you to death. They really think they're helping you, but they're helping your ministry, your vision, your business. They're helping it to death because they are not whole or complete within themselves. They wreak havoc in an organization, in a team, in a structure. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be in agreement? Can two walk together except they be agreed? And what is the mental image of the verse? It's depicting life as a journey. Can you take a journey with someone that you're not in agreement with? Can I go north and you go south and we actually walk together? You should never attempt to take a journey not the journey of your life, the journey of success, the journey of realized vision with people that are not really in agreement with you. And so often we start out in life, in ministry, in business, in whatever, with people that are fundamentally in a posture of disagreement. We marry people that are not designed for our future. We take on friendships with people who've not really processed their past hurts and pains, and they become weights. The Bible says, lay aside every weight and the sin that doth so easily beset us. There are some things that are stopping you from getting to where you need to go. It's not necessarily sin. And the weight many times is a relationship with a person that may love you, may have good intentions, but they're just not really cut out to occupy such a lofty place in your life or in your ministry, your vision. Somebody tell my brother I'm scoping. manipulate Samuel. Now, three things I was looking at. Well, let me say this. When we look at Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they be agreed? When you're looking at your life and you're reaching for lofty goals and you're visionary, you need people around you that can help you. You need people around you that can help you. It's cool to have people that love you. It's cool to have people that like you. I wouldn't have anybody around me that didn't like me or respect me. But even if you love me, like me, and respect me, you got to be able to help me. And one thing I'm learning as a visionary, and I'm kind of like doing, as I wind this year down, I'm really looking at my life, where I've missed it, where I've made mistakes, and I have to change. And I'm going to make a lot of changes that's going to make a lot of people probably uncomfortable. But I mean, that's cool. And one of the areas I've made major mistakes in is that I have allowed people to occupy certain positions who are not equipped to help. Most people don't know how to help without crossing boundaries. Most people don't know how to help without usurping authority. Most people don't know how to help without getting out of their lane and kind of stepping into your lane. Most people just don't know how to help. And a lot of times you're wondering why certain aspects of your vision, your life, your business, why those things why aren't they blowing up right now? And a lot of times you have people who are not well, who are poisoning the process. They mean well, they love you, all of that. But they just don't, they're not designed to be in that place. Number one, three people I want to deal with tonight is the protector. This person, the protector. A lot of you on here tonight have friends, you have people that work closely with you in your, whatever your ventures are. Especially in ministry, you have these people that wear the capes and they are the protectors. These people feel like they got to protect you from everybody else, as though, and this really blows my mind with me being the pastor or the man of God. I see things you don't see. God is showing me something he's not showing you. So since you're blind spiritually, I have to protect you. If you were wise, you would realize that a shepherd sees and knows everything. Jesus knew Judas. I know all of my Judases. Nobody's ever really betrayed me or did me any kind of dirt that I didn't already know. But as a shepherd, my heart is to cover and to protect. It's not that I'm blind. I don't need anybody to protect me. I'm there to protect you. Sheep don't protect shepherds. Shepherds protect sheep. I see it before you see it. I know more than you know. In fact, I know things about you you may not even realize about yourself. But you have the protector. This usually, and this attitude usually stems from their own history of pain and disappointment with people. Now, the protector loves you. The protector loves you. Like Peter loved Jesus, cutting off ears and all that. They love you, but they're overbearing. They want to put a divide between you and the people, not realizing that if you don't have people, you don't have ministry. If you don't have people, you don't have business. If you separate me from people, I'm not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs need people. Preachers need people. Authors need people. Artists need people. And you have these people around you called the protectors that are putting up divides between you and people even when you don't realize it. And they're cutting you off from a lot of blessings that God is trying to send your way. God sends men to give into your bosom, but you have the protectors around you who are stopping the people from making the transfer. They push their lack of trust because they've experienced pain and disappointment with people in their past. Now what they do is they come into your life and they push their lack of trust upon your relationships. I don't trust people, so I don't trust nobody around you either. Now, their love for you, listen to this, their love for you is demonstrated in a dysfunctional distrust for everyone around you. And a lot of times the protector comes into your life and they want to protect you from people that were around you before they ever got there. All of a sudden, they don't trust anybody. They don't trust your mama, your daddy. They don't trust your children. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust your spouse. They don't trust members that have been with you for 30 years. They don't trust nobody. Your managers, they don't trust nobody. And they feel like they got to protect you from everybody. And at the same time, they're not really protecting you. They are blocking a lot of blessings and opportunities that are supposed to be coming your way. But you have the protectors who mean well, but they've taken their dysfunction and they've poisoned your brand with it. And it's not until you've lost connections, you've lost relationships, you've lost opportunities, and then it's months or years later you find out the reason you lost it was because so-and-so, they were just trying to protect you. I was just trying to protect you. Yeah, but you cut me out of $1 million deal trying to protect me. Would you protect me a little less or a lot less? Could you just not protect me so much next time? You know, you protected me so well. You've run off great members that I prayed to get in here. But your protection has injured me. I would really appreciate you not protecting me next time. And a lot of you visionaries, you got to be mindful of the people around you. You know, when you discover that a person does not have trust for people, does not have a balance, of course we're going to discern, but they don't have a balance. They don't know how to trust people and let people into their lives. Don't put them over your business, because they're going to push people away from you that you need in your life. They work to isolate you from everybody but themselves, and they develop a bad reputation with key players in your vision. They come into your life and they are very skeptical. They are suspicious of everybody, and they develop a bad rapport with the key players in your vision, and they're never wrong. Every time there's some kind of rift, they're involved in it, but when you talk to them, it was never the way it was. You know, a million people have come and said, Mr. So-and-so, brother so-and-so. But brother so-and-so never admits to it. He or she is never wrong. They develop rifts with key players in your vision. A lot of you have had people to walk out of your ministries, out of your business, out of your life, out of your careers, out of whatever it is you're doing, and you don't know why they left. If you really do some searching, you discover you have a protector somewhere that's protecting you from people that are building you. They fail to understand that your vision, watch this, this is very key about the protector. Is this resonating with anybody? They fail to understand that your vision requires more than their involvement. Boy, that's one of my big struggles. I'm surrounded many times by people who are not healthy enough to understand that I can't get it done with just you. It's going to require just more than just me and the two of y'all. And while you're busy doing things behind the scene to create tension and strife and run people off and discourage people, that I need people that are doing things you can't even do, or if you can do it, you can't do it as well as they do it. But, you know, something in you, that insecurity in you, makes you feel like you have to protect me from them, not realizing that's your dysfunction you bringing into my life, and you're hindering what God has called me to do because of your issues. You need to go to therapy and get your issues worked out. I love you and I appreciate the fact that you love me, but you're loving me to death right now. Because the very thing I'm trying to accomplish and you want to see me accomplish, you're undermining it when you run off all of these people that I don't need you to protect me. I need you to help me. And you help me by what? Doing what I ask you to do. Work in your lane. Stay in your place. Don't move out of your lane. I don't need you to protect me. I didn't come this far being vulnerable and gullible. Don't protect me. Please don't protect me. Because every time you protect me, I leave away with stitches. Please don't protect me anymore. Just don't protect me. Help me. Don't protect me. Because you're protecting the life out of me. And it requires more. Vision requires more than just me and 3 or 4 of y'all. It requires an army for what God has called me to do. It requires an army of people. Of course, I have different levels of relationship. And I'm wise enough. I've gone through enough knives in my back to discern. I know how to handle myself. I don't need you in here protecting me. I had a young man years ago that came in as my armor bearer, and he was straight out of the streets. And, man, he would stand at my door, and he wouldn't let people, I would hear him through the door. He can't see nobody right now. He can't see nobody right now. I'm a pastor, man. I'm trying to build a church. You know, you telling people they can't see me. Man, please get away from my door. So, man, one day I have to repent for this. I told him, I said, man, look, I'm not anointed for you. My brother's anointed. You need to go up to my brother's church. He's the one that's anointed for you. I had to find a way to get that dude. He loved me to no end, would take a bullet for me. But, man, he was loving me to death, running members off from the church. He was protecting me from the people that was feeding my family. I'm like, man, don't protect me no more. Please don't protect me anymore, because you are hurting my bottom line, brother. So you have number one, the protector. Under the protector, they also create contention with your inner circle and drive necessary people away. They create contention with your inner circle and they drive necessary people away. Some of you have that right now. And see, what you're doing is, this is some stuff I'm going to teach leaders. You're making the mistake that I've made, and that is to relinquish control of your own life and ministry. You're allowing too many people to do too many things, and they can do too much without you having to sign off on it. You don't want to go to meetings. You don't want to be on calls. But you need to stop that sooner than later. You need to stop that sooner than later. Because if you don't, you will have teams of protectors driving herds of people away from you, and you don't even know what's going on. You'll have teams of people driving just herds of people away from you, and you're trying to figure out, why am I losing? I should not be losing. You got protectors around you. Number two, you have what I call the competition. Now, this person is always striving to impress you. They're always striving to impress you. They want everything you have, and it's not necessarily that they are jealous of you. It's that they lack their own identity. And they've connected with you because they see in you what they'd like to see in themselves. And they're probably drawn to you because you represent the seed of what God has put in them. But it's either trauma, hurt, or whatever that prevents them from being able to truly see themselves. So they latch on to you and they try to mimic your life. And it comes across as though they're competing. Whatever you wear, they want to wear. Wherever you go, they want. Whatever you do, they want to do. You know, when you think about even Judas made Jesus his competition subconsciously. He may not have even realized it. Judas went off when that woman came in and broke that alabaster box and poured that expensive ointment all over Jesus. Judas said, this could have been given to the poor. He ain't never said nothing about no poor before. But he was upset that woman poured that oil on Jesus. And it was then that he left and he went out to cut the deal to get the silver because he wanted to have. He didn't realize it, but he was in competition. See, a healthy person is in competition with no one but themselves. A healthy person is in competition with his or her own vision. They're not in competition with anybody else. They're not in competition with their leader. They're not in competition with their friends. They're not in competition with people that they admire. A healthy person is in competition with his or her own vision. I have enough self-perspective of who I am, where I'm going, that every day when I wake up, I'm motivated by that alone. I don't have to look across the street and be jealous of anybody or compete with this one or try to be like that one. I glean from people that have some things I need, but I'm in competition with no one but myself. But you have people around you in high positions with low self-esteem, and they're in a competitive state of mind where they're trying to keep up with you. Now, here's the problem. There's a massive breakdown in the relationship with the competitor when you move to a level that's clearly out of their reach. As long as they can mimic or develop some semblance of keeping up, they're good. But the moment you move to a place where your life and everything around you moves out of their reach, their response is never positive. You're changing. They'll start making statements like that. You're changing. And many times their response can seem to be similar to jealousy when it's really an identity crisis. Because he or she does not have an identity, yeah, you're distant. Because he or she does not have an identity, they pull on yours and they try to follow everything you do. But the moment you go to the next level, then there's a breakdown. They get sensitive. They feel like you're changing. It's an identity crisis. When it may look like they're jealous, they really love you, but they have an identity crisis when you go to the next level and they can't even seem to keep up because they find in you their sense of identity. They've not learned to go within. Number 3, and I'll shut it down here. And of course, I think this lesson can be extended, or this conversation can be extended beyond this. The protector, the competition. Then you have the person I call the database. This is the know-it-all. This person knows it all. You know nothing. I know everything. I'm going to tell you what to do all of the time. You hired me, but I'm going to tell you what to do all the time. It's your vision. I'm here to help you, but I'm going to tell you what to do because I always know. You don't know anything. Just sit down and be quiet. Let me control this situation. I know what's best for you. You don't know. You don't know anything. You signed my checks, but you don't know anything. You've allowed me a sense of purpose to participate in your vision, but you don't know nothing. I'm the database. This individual wants to make your decisions for you. They want to make all of your decisions for you. And let me tell you something. This is a lesson I've learned and I'm learning. It's easy to relinquish power thinking that you are relieving yourself of stress. You're not relieving yourself of stress. When you don't take responsibility for your own business, your own ministry, whatever it may be, you're not relieving yourself of stress. You're just setting yourself up for massive stress. When things break down and people go south. And see, it's easy to give a person power, but it's hard to get it back from them, even when the power is yours. This is a lesson I'm learning. I'm restructuring my whole life, my whole mindset. See, and I'm just trying to be transparent so I can help y'all. I've been preacher, pastor, and I've not been CEO. Maybe on paper, but not in function, because I don't want to have to deal with that. You think about that, you do this, I'm stressed out enough. Babe, I'm good. I don't need no database. I don't need to know it all. Just know what I need you to know when I need you to know it. All right, watch this. Let me read this. They feel like they know what's best for you. Though they found you doing what you're doing, when they found you, they don't trust your judgment concerning your vision. Everything you say you want to do for your vision, they want to come back and show you that you need to be doing something else. You got to reject that kind of spirit. Now, you always want to be open to counsel, and people closest to you got to be able to talk to you. But there ought to be days when people say, what do you want to happen? And you say, this is what I want to happen. Okay, let me work on that. No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. Got to be careful. That's a controlling spirit. That's a usurping spirit. That's what Jezebel did to Ahab. See, Jezebel would have never even existed except Ahab, the one who had the power, let her have control. Jezebel got to the point where she told Ahab, she gave him his opinion every day. When you need an opinion, Ahab, I will give you one. That's the database. This is the person that wants to control and tell you everything you need to know according to their will. They make moves without informing you about your business, in your ministry. And when they create problems, they go silent. They know it all. And then when they know it all and mess it all up, then they go quiet. See, they know it all. They'll mess your business up, mess your ministry up, and then you the one that got to come back and fix it. Because you had a database. See, and all of this stems from low self-esteem and a lack of identity. The database person can't function within a team. So if you have a ministry that's team-based, they can't really function within a team because they don't know how to listen. They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to listen. They do not know how to follow or take instruction. They don't know how to sit down and let people function in their area without feeling intimidated by it. They got to always know more than everybody else, and nobody knows more than everybody. There's always somebody that knows something you don't know. But they always want to impress people that they know it all, and they got all of the answers. And so they even make decisions within your team under the guise that you're too busy to be bothered with certain concerns. And so they'll even breed a culture within your team. Don't bother him or don't bother her with that. He too busy for that. Nobody should ever say in any organization, don't talk to him or her about that when it's their business that you're functioning within. If it's the pastor of the church, I don't care if it's about the toilet broken. If the janitor want to tell the pastor the toilet was broken, I fixed it, the pastor needs to know about the toilet being broken. And anybody that doesn't want the janitor to tell the pastor about the toilet being broken may have a Jezebel situation going on. You don't want anybody in your organization, in your business, in your ministry that knows it all and wants to bark orders to everybody else and then make everybody else silent. And a lot of times they don't want people talking to you because they don't want anybody else advising you. But again, going back to my earlier statement, this thing can't happen with just me and you and 3 other people. It's going to require a whole army of people to bring this vision to pass. So I would suggest to you, these are just some thoughts I had, and I thought it might be helpful for a lot of people, visionaries, leaders, pastors, bosses, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. Take oversight over that thing which God hath made you overseer of. Your business, your life, your ministry. Take the oversight and judge, or discern is a better word, the people around you. And don't just conclude that because a person loves you, that they're qualified for certain roles in your life or in your ministry or in your vision, because they could very well be loving you to death. And those that are closest to you, that may have some personal struggles, get them some help, but definitely get them out of those positions where they are negatively impacting your effectiveness. Get them out of those positions, because a person that is not well, whose soul is broken, they can't see themselves. So somebody has to be eyes for them to give them an awakening moment. But don't let them, while you're working to get them healthy, don't allow them to toxify your vision. They may love you to the end of the world, but if they are not balanced, and if they don't know how to receive, and if they don't know how to take instruction, they don't know how to work within the constructs of a team, they're going to do you more harm. I promise you, if I had known what I'm learning now 30 years ago, I would be 10 times the man I am currently. But I had a lot of people around me that had a lot of issues. And because I knew they loved me, I let them fly. They flew. They flew all right. So that's just those are my thoughts for tonight.
Let's talk. Oh, what a time to speak your mind.